Oh yeah, what's up everybody? I'm back, and in this video I'm going to do some on-water review of the Dagger Kayaks Phantom. I already did like a quick walkthrough of the boat, so you guys can go check that out now. I'll leave a link at the end of this video for the walkthrough. I didn't go very in-depth with the walkthrough because the outfitting is the Contour Ergo. I've not done a on-water review in the Phantom, so this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. I helped work on this boat, so full disclaimer, I did help kind of work on this boat, but I will give you some of the quirks that came back that I was not happy with. There were some things that did really well, then some things that just did okay. So yeah, and this is the West Fork of the Tuck, which is actually a really good spot for a boat like this, and I'll get into why when I get on the water. So yeah, carrying the boat, there is a step out pillar, so this does have a roto molded step out pillar as you've seen in the walkthrough. So it gives you a good kind of handhold to hold on to, a very solid grip on that roto molded pillar. I can wrap my hand around so I can maneuver the boat very well. Woo! And there's this guy. One thing about Daggers, as soon as you set in it, you're gonna love that Contour outfitting. Now this is usually one area that the Phantom does really well, getting up to speed quickly. Easy. Yeah, that was easy. Woo! Hey, buddy. I think. Over there. Woo! Yeah. I didn't know that tree was there. You can see the Phantom, it just kind of like runs out with you. It just kind of like runs out like that. Very predictable, soft on the edges. Usually you can there. Then you can come down and so getting back used to this Phantom, I've been paddling that Scorch right there. I looked for the edges up there and I didn't find them. I missed a couple of eddies. I went to carve, so I'm going to tune this in a little more because this is a very soft. This is like a hybrid. Like it's got a little bit of an edge in the back. Watch how the bow rides up over. At the time, I thought it was like high rocker, but by today's standards, yeah, it's crazy. When this boat first came out, yeah, I used to think it was a really high rockered boat. Yeah, I was like, oh, this boat's so high rockered.
I used to think it was stupid fucking fast.
It's a fast boat. It's faster than that. Yeah.
It is. But there's faster boats out.
Modern bow rocker on boats like that now.
Slows it down.
Yeah, it's like that slows it down, but it helps it for just getting over things. After paddling that for so long, it feels like it's a little dated a little bit. It works though. It's a good boat. All right, you guys can watch. So this boat does have a little bit of that ability to load that tail. I do run my seats back more than normal, so it gives me that more ability to load that tail better in this boat. You can see that. See how loaded it is. It jumped out. See that? There it was again. Having that leg lifter pulling my knees up, locking in a thigh braces, ratcheted back band, feels really good once you go over this hull. Now you see that, what it just did? So there's some rails on the back of the stern. And if you're not perfectly flat, this boat has a tendency to go to the right or left. That's one of the drawbacks, because it's slightly rounded back there. Should be flatter, in my opinion. All right, we're coming up on the entrance of... Woo! These guys want to look at it. If you want to look at it, down there is the spot to get out. You can see them where they're at. You can't miss that eddy. Huh, a chair. We could put that chair right at the lip of the drop and boost the chair. Come on, Lance. You just flagging. Come up here. Come on, Levi. Oh, you don't have much volume back there. Right up. Look it over here. There we go. Here's a guy with some volume. Whoa! Yeah, nice crossbow. That was awesome. I'm just gonna twiddle my thumbs. What's in here? What do you keep in here? All right, switch it out. Woo! Yeah, so you see that's kind of where this boat does really well. It's very predictable. It doesn't have sharp edges on it. So when you are in a hole like that, it's more bouncy, as it doesn't have the tendency to flip, but it's not as easy to spin as some of these other ones. Yeah, and the thing with the Phantom, it's one of the faster, like 9-foot, like river running boats. See how you can pull right over there. But this bow's very predictable when it subs. See how it just sheds off? It's very rounded. It's not flat up there like the newer modern one. A more modern creek boat is this. A more modern creek boats, they flatten them out up there. This one's more pointed with a little bit of roundness in the front, in the bottom and top. So it's a very predictable creeker. Yeah, it just kind of like goes over waves. So it's got a peak right here, and when it subs, it resurfaces predictable, where a more flatter design will come up kind of angled like that. But the wider flat boats don't sub as much. So yeah, I do notice that. And it's a little rounded in the tail too. So the tail's a little rounded. Makes it great for runs like this where you got to do a lot of kind of like rock slides. You don't want to be surprised. No surprises, nothing, no hard edges to grab you. Very predictable, very friendly, easy to roll. It's a well-rounded boat. when I think of the Phantom, I don't think of a boat that is like, oh wow, that's awesome, that's so sick. I think of it as like, wow, that's really good. I come back and like, oh, it's really good just edging into things. Oh, it's really good for resurfacing out of stuff and skimming out of drops. It's really good. Going into these tight micro edges. With the Phantom, there's not much rail, so you have to get on the sidewall a little more. So I had to get more of a lean to get these little micro eddies. See, that valve just pops right up. Nice. See, it has a tendency to drop off of that tail. Because the tail is narrow and kind of like rounded, it has a tendency to drop and go like that way or that way. That's one of the drawbacks that you kind of like, you can figure it out and kind of work with it. But that's always been like, to me, something that could have been improved on is flatten that area out and widen it out. Did you have a GoPro? Not anymore. Usually mini gorge serves up some good beat downs for a lot of these paddlers. You want to hit that eddy and ferry across. The Phantom's pretty good at this. I'm going to go up and ferry across and ferry back to here. Now you can surf over there.
Yeah.
How you feel about it, Scorchy man?
Great.
Go for it. Get lower down. See, this is where this boat does well too. It's very boily right here because it doesn't have those hard rails low to the water. It stays very calm in this type of boily stuff like this. right, everybody. Closing thoughts on the Dagger Kayaks Phantom. I'm going to tell you some things that you're going to have to expect when you get this boat. It's not got a hard edge on it, so you're not going to be carving hard in and out of eddies, but you can do it. You just have to put a little more lean on it. See how I can get over holes like that with that pull and drop back on that stern rocker. Number one, this boat's going to be very forgiving. There's going to be no shocks, no surprises. The edges are very forgiving on it, so you're going to be like, right away, you're not going to be surprised on anything. Number two, it's pretty fast. Yeah, I think you'll like the speed of it. Number three, this valve isn't flat, so it does have a tendency to drop down sub and pop back up, which is more like a old school type, like, see how it just kind of lifts? Because it comes to a point and it's rounded up there, it will come out of drops very smooth, but sometimes this boat has a mind of its own. It will take off with you. Had to throw in one crossbow switch in there. Oh yeah, one other thing. The outfitting is the contour ergo in this boat, so the outfitting is spot on in the Phantom. Anyone that's paddled any of the Dagger boats will like really appreciate how well the outfitting is. Safety step out pillar, safety bulkhead, really tank style roto-molded seat, really nice. You can adjust the seat, you can adjust the bulkhead, vibrations, it's all adjustable, just not that easy. Yeah, so the outfitting's great. But yeah, that's all I pretty much got on the Dagger Kayaks Phantom on-water review. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. I think we got a takeout at 50 feet in here.